You were a child of the 90s. They told you that you were special. They told you that if you followed your passion and worked hard, the world would be your oyster. You grew up with the optimism of the early internet and the promise of a meritocracy. But here you are today, in your 30s or 40s, staring at a screen that tells you everyone else is doing better than you. You have the degrees, but no stability. You have thousands of friends, but you've never felt more alone. Society calls you a snowflake or entitled. But psychology sees something else, a generation experiencing a mass cognitive dissonance. Today, we're deconstructing the architecture of the millennial mind, why this is the most anxious generation in history, and how recovery starts with mourning a future that was never actually there. Chapter 1: The Special Child Paradox, the Collapse of Grandiosity. Millennials were the first generation raised on the self-esteem movement. We were shielded from failure and told we could be anything. Psychologically, this created a high ideal self, an unrealistic, perfected version of who we should be by age 30. When reality, to once-in-a-lifetime recessions and an impossible housing market collided with this ideal self, the result wasn't just disappointment. It was existential shame. A millennial doesn't think the system is broken. They think I am a failure because I am not special. This is the psychological root of millennial depression, the canyon between the promise and the payoff. Chapter 2: The Digital Panopticon Social Comparison 24/7. Previous generations compared themselves to their neighbors. Millennials compare themselves to the entire world in real time. Psychologists call this upward social comparison. Your brain did not evolve to process 5,000 filtered lives simultaneously. For a millennial, the smartphone isn't a tool. It's a psychological mirror that always shows you falling behind. This has created a state of hyper-vigilant performativity. You feel like you're always on stage. Even your rest must be aesthetic. The result: your brain never enters a default mode network of true rest. You aren't living your life. You are curating it for an audience that doesn't actually care. Chapter 3: Internalized Capitalism. Millennials turned busyness into a status symbol. It's a psychological defense mechanism against uncertainty. If you're always working, you're safe, right? Wrong. We have internalized capitalism. We no longer need an external boss to micromanage us. We have become our own taskmasters. This is why millennials experience a specific type of burnout. It's not just being tired. It's the inability to complete simple, non-work tasks, like mailing a package or doing laundry, because your brain is in a permanent state of energy-saving mode after being in the red zone for years. Chapter 4: The Cycle Breakers, Intergenerational Healing. Here is the turning point. Millennials might be the most anxious generation, but they are also the most psychologically literate. We are the generation that destigmatized therapy. We are the ones who started talking about boundaries, toxic dynamics, and emotional intelligence. In psychology, this is called intergenerational healing. Millennials are collectively refusing to pass down the unaddressed traumas of their parents. They are choosing to be the dead end for family dysfunction. This requires immense cognitive energy. You aren't sensitive, you are the emotional surgeons of the human race. The millennial mind is currently undergoing a massive recalibration. We are slowly killing the illusion of specialness and replacing it with something more sustainable: authenticity. Healing isn't about working harder or fixing your feed. It's about accepting the ordinary life as a triumph. If you're a millennial and you feel lost, remember, you aren't broken. You are a pioneer in a new psychological landscape. You are the first generation learning how to be human in a digital jungle. But here's the real challenge. Now that we've deconstructed our trauma, do we have the strength to build a world where success isn't measured by productivity, but by peace? If you found this helpful, subscribe. It genuinely helps this channel grow. I've linked a few more videos I think you'll resonate with right here. See you in the next one.